The split squat, also known as the stationary lunge, is a great multi-joint exercise for lower body. Primary muscle groups are the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the glutes, with assistance from the gastrocnemius and the soleus, as well as the core stabilizers. It's a great exercise for people, especially with postural inefficiencies, to do a unilateral leg movement rather than a bilateral leg movement. In other words, a squat on one leg. Clients are better able to maintain good posture. So that's why I've chosen this exercise for Kelly. Okay, so what I'm going to have Kelly do to set up for the split squat is to take a good step back, and we're going to get the weight on the front foot by elevating the back heel off the floor, and she's going to start in a fully extended knee position, and 4 points of posture. Head's going to be up tall, chest up, shoulder blades engaged, core engaged, and I'm going to have her gently lower to the floor to a good posture, and then come on all the way back up. Good. Let's do that again. I'm going to take a look at you from different angles here. So far, so good. Very good. Excellent. You can stop for a second. Common mistakes with this exercise that you'll see is people that aren't able to execute full depth without some sort of spinal compensation. So what you might see, go ahead back to that lunge position. Actually, let's take a lateral view. And if you could just tilt your pelvis under as you go down. So she's going to go down, and she's going to not have that tight neutral spine, and the pelvis is going to tuck under. So that's no good. So stand up. And what I want to do with a client like that is to stop them before that starts to happen. So maybe go about halfway and back up. So we'll teach them to work within the confines of where their range of motion is efficient and stable. Another thing that you'll find, you can turn face the camera again. In that lunge position. Back heel off the floor. Is pelvic rotation. A lot of times when clients aren't stable enough, they're going to rotate their pelvis as they go downwards. So go ahead, go down, and not able to maintain that alignment at the hip, knee, and ankle. So what I want to do is stop that client at the position where that starts to happen, cue them in on it, try to stabilize that pelvis and keep the hips even, and come back up. And gradually increase that range of motion once she's able to execute that. Come on back up to the front. And we can advance and progress this exercise by adding movement to it. First thing I like to have people do is the reverse lunge. So I think that's easier to execute than the forward lunge. So go ahead, step back to that position and get into a lunge. Actually, from the starting point, 2 feet together. And she's going to step into a lunge and come back. Good. With the front leg being the prime mover. Good. Excellent. So stay right there. And another way to progress this exercise is to add load in the goblet position. Have Kelly hold this weight right at the chest. Again, 4 points of posture, heads up tall, chest up, scapula retracted, core engaged. Set up into that lunge position. And good. Keep going. And that's a progression from that split squat without any load. So go ahead, and what I want you to do now is to do 10 reps. I want you to go to the other leg, so you give your left leg a break. Go to the right leg. And 4 points of posture, heads up tall, chest up, scapula retracted, core engaged, and down and up. Why don't you take a little bit further step back here. So we don't want that knee to come past your toe. We don't want to have too acute an angle of the knee joint at the bottom of the movement. So go ahead. There you go. Pretty good. Continuing to engage that core. That's 4, 5. Good. 6, 7. Try to stabilize those hips. 8, 9, and one more. 10. Okay, back up to the starting point. Great. And there's your split squat or stationary lunge. Thank you, Kelly.